The following is my conversation with Melanie Mohr. She's a Web3 entrepreneur that's building in Dubai, and today I'm going to ask her about what it's like in Dubai, what her creator economy protocol is about, and also what it's like to join the up-and-coming Venom blockchain ecosystem. She's going to answer a ton of questions that I've long been curious about, so you're in for a treat. Strap in and just keep on watching. All right, Melanie, super excited to do this interview with you. And let's just dive right into the first question. So I know you're based in Dubai right now and kind of spending time between there and Germany. I'm very curious though, because Dubai is one of the rising jurisdictions for crypto and Web3, right? It's kind of like Dubai, Singapore, maybe Hong Kong now, whereas some of the West is more antagonistic towards this industry. So I just want to get your first person view of like what it's like to build there. What's the ecosystem and energy like?
I'm in Dubai basically on and off already the last 5 years and have seen now the ecosystem growing over time. And I would say, especially in the last 2 years, things here were just, I don't know, exploding to another level. Before, I would say Dubai was a little bit known for, yeah, maybe it's just good marketing. Yeah, is it real? Everyone was kind of questioning this. But I would say, especially in the last 2 years, there is no doubt anymore. It's real, it's a real growing ecosystem. There is one of the big incubators, accelerators, ecosystem builders here in the region called Crypto Oasis, has already onboarded hundreds of companies here. And you can see all of these meetups and conferences that are going on basically nearly daily. It's sometimes even a little bit too much. It's just great to see. Everyone is really coming here, exchanging and building, and it's not marketing anymore. It's real. It's a real community that rose here.
And how does that kind of compare to your experience of the German ecosystem?
Well, I would say in the first, let's say my first years in the Web3 space. So I got into this space in 16, end of 16, 17, educated myself. And in 18, I also decided to build in the space. And I was for quite some time a Berlin maximalist, I would say. It was overall, not only in the Web3 space, the whole startup scene in Berlin was very exciting. And I think it came out of the art scene that moved to Berlin first after the wall came down and, these big changes that we gone through in Germany. Berlin was very sexy, interesting for many people. The artists were moving in from New York and London and everywhere. And so Berlin was infused by all this creativity. And so it had a time period where it was very vibrant, very international, very cool. And obviously also the Web3 scene, we had Polkadot. I mean, they are still all around, but also a lot of founders and builders were now, especially also in the last 2-3 years, maybe due to pandemic, I don't know, moving out and going to Lisbon, moving to Dubai, moving to Miami or somewhere to Bali or somewhere else. And so I would say Berlin lost a little bit its vibe, which is very saddening because it definitely is a very, very interesting, culturally interesting, artistic city, and inspired me for a very long period of time.
Yeah, that's great to hear. And I know you told me that you also have some experience in South Korea and the US as well. All kind of major players in various fashions in this space. So
Yeah.
I guess just taking a step back, how do you kind of view all the different jurisdictions, like which ones you think are promising, just general thoughts on as a person who's seen it all, essentially.
Yeah. I've not seen it all, but I would say now 7 years in the space, I've seen a lot. And So what happened was, because I came in this space 2018 also as a female founder in the space, there were at that time not so many female founders. I would say now thankfully things have changed, but that was a reason why I was invited to a lot of blockchain Web3 conferences across the globe as a speaker. Everyone was always looking out for also female founders in the space. And that was, the time where I was in China, I was in Japan, I was in Korea, in Hong Kong, Taiwan, then also here in the Middle East, in US and in Europe, and traveling around quite a lot and spending also a decent amount of time in each region. And I would say in the first now years, basically driven by Ethereum, and everyone was so excited about now having business logic on top of blockchain. There was China and also Korea were really on the forefront of things, I would say. Yeah, also Japan. These were already the more crypto native regions or countries.
Right.
Then in the last years, obviously regulation, especially in these, in these countries, were coming first. And I would say maybe slowed down a little bit this development. Yeah, this what was initially very exciting there got a little bit, I don't know, slowed down. Yeah. And it's still, I would say, Korea, for example, I spent a decent amount of time there and built quite a good network also in Korea, is still for me an innovator country. Yeah. And there are so many great builders in Korea. And then when you compare it to the US, it is so interesting because a lot of the big funds, blockchain funds, crypto dedicated funds are coming from the US.
Right.
But the builders, due to regulation and this uncertainty, what is the framework in which we can build and feel free and not over-regulated, it is still so unclear. And we see it, I would say, especially again, in the last couple of months. Also what now happened to crypto exchanges there, that it brings again so much uncertainty, and founders did not feel so comfortable in this environment. And I would also say that in the US, because the US was it's the most impactful country when it comes basically also to Web2. The big companies, empires, Web2 empires were built in Silicon Valley. I would say maybe there was also, this was hindering a little bit this next wave of Web3 adoption, because maybe Web3 is eating, the lunch of Web2, and therefore there was not this drive, I would say, yet. And also crypto adoption is coming a little bit faster, more in regions where, emerging countries, also sometimes where the local currency isn't as stable. The US has it's you can now discuss or judge how stable is the reserve currency, right? We see now a lot of new things coming and discussions coming up, and obviously, a decline in value. But the emerging countries, was more embracing of crypto, and also this to earn, for example, what we have currently in the Web3 space, to earn movement with crypto is more interesting for people in the Philippines or in Turkey. And I would say this is kind of my perception of the different regions.
That makes a lot of sense. Going back to Dubai a little bit, so definitely it has a lot of energy, a lot of potential and promise in the ecosystem. I'm curious, from your perspective as someone there, what advice or what changes do you wish that the ecosystem in Dubai for Web3 and crypto would make to make it even better and take that next step as solidifying itself in the global stage in this industry? Are there any like things that you feel could be better?
I mean, the thing is here, we obviously in the Middle East, we not only have Dubai, we also have Abu Dhabi, overall the UAE, but we have also now we are already seeing also, kind of a growing interest and ecosystem also in Saudi now or in Egypt or, the Middle East is overall, I would say, has a fabulous fundament for Web3 adoption and growth because it's just also a very young population here. And here in the region, there's also a high value of good education and embracement now of technology, not only of Web3 technology. And so I think regulation obviously is now also coming step by step more in place, giving especially, investors and also founders, a clearer framework sandbox to know what is expected and how to be compliant. But on the other hand, I think especially Dubai is on the forefront a little bit also because it is so international. It is embracing also, international creativity. It's such a melting pot now here. And this stands definitely out here in the region. Yeah. And at the end, this is what I have seen in Berlin when all the artists were moving into the city from London and from New York and infusing it with all this creativity. This is what makes Dubai now also so special, that you can already see, there are now, formerly there was a lot of shiny and glitter and a little bit artificial Dubai with all the malls and everything is so superlative, yeah. But now you can already see, wow, there are some centers for underground, yeah, where an art scene is evolving, yeah. And so this makes it, I would say, more diverse and more interesting and especially inspiration and creativity seeking founders are now seeing, okay, this is a very interesting city to move to.
I'm curious about that because before, when it was more known for like the glitziness, like you said, it was my perception that Dubai mainly had like traders or investors. How would you say the kind of distribution is these days in terms of investors, traders, builders, artists? Like, is it a good mix of people, or are they still like dominated by one group?
No, I would say it's now really, the last 2 years, things changed a lot. I would say, yeah, I'm with your perception. Basically, 2 years ago, yeah, it was a little bit more the investors, the traders, and marketing, yeah. But now it has changed. We really see here real meetups, hackathons, builder houses, and a lot of incubators, accelerators, spaces opening up, co-working spaces, and everywhere you can see, founders sitting there, engineers on their computers. And so I would say this has really changed, especially in the last 2 years.
Interesting. Okay, so I want to switch topics a little bit and talk about your journey in this space. Like you said, you've been around since like 2016, 2017, about the same time I joined too. And now you're the founder of WOM Protocol, or Word of Mouth Protocol. Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
Yeah, sure. I mean, originally I'm coming out of 20 years media marketing and mobile tech industry. And because I have seen in the media and marketing industries also all the flaws, what kind of is broken in this industry, which is the advertising industry, because no one wants to see ads anymore. And all the platforms still have to monetize their platforms. And this is mainly with ads. And so I thought, okay, this is a good point, for a new approach. What could be a replacement for an ad? How could these platforms monetize in a different way? How could also creators be more fairly rewarded for the contribution? I mean, it's this whole value exchange between creators, platforms, and also, what's trustworthy, on the content side. And this brought me to this, okay, why not building a protocol layer, a MarTech protocol layer around word of mouth marketing? Because at the end, this is content when people are recommending things to each other. This is content where you're more inclined to listen, more interesting. We have already seen over the last 10 years this rise of influencer marketing. But what happens if everyone can be an influencer? Yeah, if everyone has some sort of voice, which we can see now, user-generated content was growing now. A lot of people are making now money by being a UGC creator. You do not have to be an influencer anymore. And I think this is the slow evolvement in this marketing industry towards that everyone can share recommendations, get fairly rewarded for it. We need to bring trust into recommendations, and then recommendations can be used instead of an ad. And this is basically what the WOM protocol has meanwhile built, and we have tested it also out in diverse apps already. We have one flagship app that has already close to 130,000 users now, and that are making content about Web3 projects that they like, and where Web3 projects and brands can also come in and say, oh, is there already someone talking good about my project? And they can take this content as a replacement for getting the message out to more people. And I think especially in the Web3 world, yeah?
Or I was just wondering, what is that app?
The app is called Bullz, Bullz, for being bullish. And we also had one try in the lifestyle segment without Web3 savvy, let's say, creators. And that wasn't finding so fast adoption than now the Bullz app. It's clear. I mean, look at the overall Web3 adoption. We all had to learn that things don't move as fast as we all wanted to. Yeah, we are all strong believers in Web3, but still this whole tokenization, and earning with crypto, and what to do if you're having some tokens, they are in a wallet, but are you sending them out to a crypto exchange? How does this whole thing work? How can I also exchange it from crypto back to fiat? And I mean, there are just a lot of processes that need to be learned. And that's where we saw, okay, it is currently still easier to find adoption in an already Web3 interested community. And so we focused on this, and this is where we saw now amazing growth, and where we already have 50,000 transactions in our system a day, and are kind of proud to be able to say we already have a proof of concept and see real user adoption.
So just for my understanding, on a high level, does Bullz work in terms of like someone creates a video about a project, they get paid with tokens, and then the project can use that content as like a form of advertisement?
Yes, there are now different stages and ways, but in general, what is very important, someone can only earn with the content after so-called content authenticators have validated the content. Think about it as nodes in the Web3 space to validate transactions. We have the content authenticator that can validate, is a piece of content, is a product recommendation authentic? Does it have a certain quality? And is it really a product recommendation? So it's not just, me showcasing, I don't know, how to play a game in the Web3 space, but also saying, no, this game is amazing because, I can do this and this. You need to put a little bit of effort into your recommendation. And after we have currently an 8-hour consensus mechanism, we started with 24 hours. After this, a piece of content is validated, and then it's eligible to earn. And in this whole process, we have 3 participants that are eligible to earn: the creator who made the recommendation, the authenticators who helped validating the recommendation, and also the platform that is delivering the interface. And this is
Right.
where basically an advertiser, which can be a crypto exchange, a game, a metaverse, a DeFi project, they can come into a big, let's say, content archive that we already have. We have close to 200,000 video content pieces already in our archive. And you as a project or as a product owner can come in and say, is already someone talking good about my project? And then you can take this piece of content and also go to other platforms and say, show it to more people, use it as an ad. But we have also built a little bridge because some projects are so new. They are, sometimes they are just 5 developers. They don't have a marketeer yet in their, team. And they say, we need urgently someone who's making some videos about our project. And we also enable projects to reach out to our content creators and say, hey, we would need 5 videos. It's then basically, it's a little bit in between. It's not real authentic word of mouth. It's more creator marketing, influencer marketing, but we are also enabling this through our platform, and also Web3 projects and marketeers are already making use of it to get access to our content creator base and request video content.
Yeah, this is really fascinating because obviously I'm a creator too, so I'm already thinking with my creator hat on. I have a couple questions for you though. So if you make the content, is it just like a link to a TikTok that you put on there, or like how do you put the content into the system?
So the creators are uploading the content or creating the content on our platform, but from our platform, they can directly publish into Twitter, into TikTok, into Instagram, into YouTube, and into Twitch. Instagram, yeah, TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. Yes, have named all the platforms so far. We will extend it to more platforms. And this is what makes it so interesting. It's not only living on our platform. It really can be distributed everywhere. And I would say that the way we allow the sharing of video content, for example, sharing video content also on Telegram and Discord, which are very important messaging and community channels in the Web3 space, I would say we have a very good way to share the links, because to attach to every link is a little preview of the video. So in Telegram, you see a little preview of the video with a link. And so it makes even, for example, Telegram or Discord, sharing the content makes it more interesting.
Yeah.
And so, yeah.
So, like, do the creators get paid based on the views it gets, or is it just like depending on what the brands need?
Yeah, so it depends now. If it is authentic word of mouth, then the creator is earning based on the rating of the authenticators and based on the engagement. Yeah, and
Got it.
if a brand is utilizing the content besides the Bullz network somewhere else, then obviously it is very likely that a creator gets more views, more engagement, etc., and earns even more. Right?
Got it.
And but if it is a request, a content request, then it is similar to influencer marketing. A brand says, I need 5 videos. I'm willing to pay X amount of money for a video and X amount of money for a share on TikTok or Instagram or YouTube or Twitter. And then the creator is getting paid after uploading a piece of content and after sharing it. And so this is all automated. No one needs to, in the Web3 space, or also anywhere else in the creator space, there's sometimes this, do I get really paid? A little bit of uncertainty, yeah. And in our case, things are in escrow, so the creator knows he or she gets immediately paid after a piece of content was uploaded or after a piece of content was shared.
So I'm curious about the pure word of mouth part of the system and not the creator marketing. So do you have like just any numbers you can share, like on average how much someone would get paid from the protocol for like putting out a decent TikTok and maybe getting like 10,000 views?
Yeah, so far it is really sometimes so difficult to say, because we have a full economy paper, yeah, many pages for what the math, the algorithm behind everything is, yeah. And it is dependent on, because it's paid out on a daily basis in a 24-hour cycle, it's really dependent on many more factors than only the rating and only the engagement. Also, how many pieces of content were uploaded on a day, yeah, how they were spread across other networks. So it is really a very sophisticated thing. But what I can say is that creators already make between, I don't know, a $100 to $500 worth of token per month. And then on top, they're getting basically some brand deals through this platform. And so it can accumulate already to a nice amount of extra money. Not saying that they, should stop collaborating with brands outside our platform, yeah. But at least it is already a platform that is also paying everyone, even for content that, even for a content creator who just gets started. And you don't have to have the reach, yeah. You do not have. We have now 60,000 out of the 130,000 users, a 60,000 plus creator base, and it's growing. And obviously, not everyone is an influencer, yeah. And so, but the thing is, I would say also the big Web2 platforms, and I'm still a fan also of a lot of Web2 platforms. Yeah, I'm also a huge TikTok fan, for example. I think they have the most brilliant playlist algorithm ever invented. And you can also see now they're starting to pay creators, yeah. And obviously, because it's such a huge platform, creators are now also making a nice amount of money. Yeah. And Twitter just now, I think the last days, Elon is testing it out, with payments, and you can already see it's amazing. This is what was needed. And I would say probably the platforms would have not reacted on this need if there would have not been this competition coming now out of the Web3 space and this mindset of valuing creators in a new way. And I think the platforms were now sensing this pressure. Yeah, we need to change. We need to do something, which is great, because at the end, all these platforms were built through the creativity of the contributors, of the creators, right?
Exactly.
Without good content, no one would go and dedicate time and attention to a platform.
Exactly. I definitely agree. Okay, so I want to go to a different topic now, because I know that, so we were introduced through a contact in the Venom blockchain ecosystem.
Yes.
So just, I guess, getting started there, how did you get connected with them, and how did you join the Venom ecosystem?
This is again the advantage of Dubai, I would say, of all the meetups here. And I got the first connection through an event from Crypto Oasis, which is one of the biggest ecosystem builders here in the region. And I was attending one evening event, and the CTO and the CEO of the Venom Foundation were also at this event. And I got introduced to them, and then started sharing, what we are building and working on. And just got more and more connected. I have to say, I was already connected also to Mustafa, who is from Iceberg Capital, and Iceberg Capital and Venom Foundation have created the Venom Ventures Fund together, dedicating 1 billion to the ecosystem. And so I was now also lucky over time showing what we are building. And we have also one additional product that we are coming out where we're very excited about. And this is where we are currently also integrating Venom, and now, playing with the testnet and seeing that it's really a very interesting solution that Venom is building. And we are very, very happy to be part of this ecosystem.
So are you just integrating the new app or product into Venom, or are you moving WOM Protocol over as well?
So for now, things come always in steps and stages. Yeah. For now, it is the new product, because the thing is that so far we have already, as I told you, 50,000 transactions in our system a day. Yeah. Last year, we had already 27 million transactions overall in the last year. And as you know, the whole Web3 space, yeah, has still, I would say, some sort of, scalability issue. Yeah. I
Hmm.
was also not yet sure where to migrate this, on. So we're currently still in a more centralized stage with the WOM protocol. And we wanted to give us the time to figure out what is the right infrastructure, for us. And our case is also, special because ideally, as we are ourselves a protocol, a SocialFi case on Polygon should be able to integrate our technology as much as maybe a game on Avalanche. And
Right.
so we need to have a multi-chain approach. However, we have a very exciting new product that we are launching. And this is more also in this mindset of community building, helping more brands to be more active with their community, to engage the community also in creative hackathons, not only in tech hackathons. And so we have built now a product around that. And it's a beautiful product where we are very happy to soon showcase how the Venom ecosystem can utilize this product and really grow the community with it.
I'll definitely have to keep my eye out for that then.
Yes.
I am curious though, like, what kind of support has Venom given builders like you and teams like yours? And I guess what do you just like about being part of their ecosystem so far?
So first of all, I mean, there was immediately this interest, good conversations, and meetings with the team where I felt okay, we're really so like-minded, and I felt very understood. Further, it's obviously also when you're integrating such a new chain or such a new technology, better to say, then you need dedicated resources. And the question is always, we are building all our technology, how to dedicate more resources to integrating something like this. So Venom has this Venom Venture Fund, and we were the first project that also received a grant out of this Venom Ventures Fund. And so it was monetary support, but I would say, I mean, money is always obviously also interesting and it's needed, yeah, to pay more developers, etc. But it is more this constant conversation and what can we do next together. And so, we are talking about, events or participating together in events. I'm also, meanwhile, actively helping to because I'm quite connected also with other founders in this space to bring more founders and more projects to the Venom ecosystem. And so it's this, just, helping each other out. The shared mindset is just amazing.
Are there a lot of fellow builders and teams in the Venom ecosystem that that you meet often over there? Just
Yeah.
curious.
Yeah, this is now, I would say the next steps where I see also still improvement. You need to think. I mean, what this team, the Venom team, now has mastered in a very short period of time. Yeah, this is overwhelming. It is so hard to build such an ecosystem, and things went so fast with Venom. It's so many projects got immediately interested. Obviously, Venom with dedicating also a substantial fund for it in a bear market also attracted a lot. But I would say now bringing them all together, really the first builders, and maybe figuring out an even better way that we can also exchange between the founders, in how is it to build on Venom. There need to be a little bit probably more meetups, more events, etc. That's the only, I cannot even say criticism because it's the nature of the beast, and building an ecosystem is so hard.
Right.
And a blockchain versus because I have also had companies already previously and built apps in the non Web3 and the Web2 space. When you have only one product you need to focus on, oh, this is beautiful. But a blockchain or a layer one, layer two, whatever, a protocol layer is ecosystem building. This is so hard.
It
Yeah,
is.
this is really the heaviest, the craziest beast to handle. And therefore, I would say the guys are mastering it very well. And a few things will now come over time, more meetups. And, now currently I know they are also in Turkey building the ecosystem there. Then you have to build the ecosystem here. It's just everyone is also distributed. Yeah,
Right.
it's not easy.
Speaking of ecosystems, so definitely Venom is one of the most up and coming ones in Dubai. Are there other ecosystems that you've noticed kind of making a larger presence in Dubai besides Venom?
Yeah, yeah. It's for example, one also layer two boba is also very
Oh,
active
okay.
here. Yeah, and I think it's also amazing, what they have built here. Um, and so I have to say, obviously, Binance is now also here, in town,
Binance is
and
huge there.
I
Yeah.
think Binance has, if I'm not mistaken, brought already 600 something, 650 new employees here on board. Yeah, which is also amazing, and they are doing also a lot, and yeah, a lot of exchanges actually are also here. Yeah, not only Binance, more and more have their meetups here. For example, L Bank, XL, no XT, sorry, and I don't know, Coin W. So many exchanges are here. Meanwhile, and yeah, but extraordinary, I would say, is what I have seen so far here is Boba, and Crypto Oasis is doing twice a week meetups here, for
Wow.
example. Yeah, and
Definitely sounds
bringing founders here together. Yeah.
definitely sounds like the epicenter of the crypto and Web3 space,
Yeah,
or at
and
least one of
Sui
them would
Sui
be.
Sui is coming here also now
Really?
heavily. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
They are also planning a lot here,
Wow, that's
especially. I mean,
exciting.
currently, I would say now it's summertime, right? And it's currently the hottest time here in Dubai. So a few, also more people have left just over, a few weeks to Europe or somewhere else. But from September on, things are going nuts here. It's then full event season, September, October, November, and things are going crazy.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for sharing a glimpse of what it's like in Dubai and the Venom ecosystem, and also with your project WOM Protocol. For everyone watching, I'll leave links to your projects, your social media that they can check out below. But do you have any final thoughts you'd like to share?
Um, well, I mean, it is always obviously the hardest time, to go through a bear market for the founders. And I would wish in the bear market still, the funds to be more active for all the founders and really give more support. I have seen that a lot were really, slowing down their support, which I can also understand. Also, sometimes some funds are themselves fundraising and also had hard times in the bear market, to excite more LPs. But overall, it is the time that we are coming all together and really supporting each other and bringing us to the next level. And can't wait to see great projects coming out, games, metaverses, and amazing also new DeFi stuff this year.
Same. Thank you.
Thank you.